Hello, Happy New Year and welcome back to the Armchair Pundits podcast. AFCON 2025 is heating up. We've just finished round 3 of all the group stage matches, so we know exactly who's going through to the next round. There's been late drama, tactical stalemates, 3 indecisions as usual, and a few of the heavyweights feeling the heat and some very, very underwhelming performances. Over the next 25 minutes, we're breaking down every moment from the 29th of December to the 31st, so we know exactly what's happening going through to the next round. But just before we get into the show, James has got our AFCON special guest player. James, please do the honours.
Cool. Let's see if you guys can get this one.
Got it.
Yes.
Didn't get a chance to enlarge it.
Before he even said got it, I was thinking of the player as well, to be honest. I was thinking, I don't want to do this again.
Go on, Lamont, or go on, Bevan.
If you all got it, yeah?
Should we do it on 3?
Right, all of you say at the same time then. If you all got it.
Right. 1, 2, 3. Wilfred Bonny.
Hey, Lamont,
Hold
that's a nasty word, bro.
You don't need to stop doing that, bro.
Why did I look at your screen? I thought, let me see this new button come up. That's a nasty word right there.
Look at that diabolical behaviour, Lamont. Diabolical.
Hey, Leon, I thought you was going to say keep quiet and see.
I should have done that.
You know what it is? I kept quiet because I wanted to hear Lamont say it.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Me?
No, Lamont, that's right.
Lamont, who was you thinking, bro?
Who was you thinking?
Victor Moses.
We already had that one, bro.
Do we do Moses already?
Yeah. You know, a serious guy. It wasn't for AFCON though. I don't know
why I'm like this, guys. I don't know why I'm like this.
When did Victor Moses play for Swansea and Man City or Stoke?
Bro, did he not play for them?
No.
I don't know what I'm thinking of then. I probably called him something else.
Oh my God.
But yeah, Wilfred Bonny was the answer.
That's what I said.
So over to you, Lee.
Cool, thanks, James. Next time I'm going to read the room and stay quiet.
I thought you were going to.
Right, so moving on. First of all, we'll start off with Group A and the hosts, Morocco, laying down the gauntlet with a 3-0 win over Zambia. Goals from El Kabi and Brahim Diaz, continuing their great form in the tournament so far. Gents, what did you make of their performance against Zambia?
Dominated.
Yeah.
Dominated. I mean, Zambia were never going to win, never going to beat them, in if I'm going to be honest, but it was some really good football from Morocco. And you can see they've still got a couple more gears, I believe, personally.
El Kabi's goal was a liberty, bruv. The second goal, it is a liberty. How did he do that?
I don't
He
have a clue.
literally waited with his back to goal. Most other players, they take it down in their chest.
I think the worst thing about it, unfortunately, was the fact that it went to VAR.
Yeah.
Because the initial excitement was taken down a bit. It's like, is it going to be?
They thought it was a handball.
No, I thought it was offside.
Offside.
Yeah.
It was offside. And then it was tight, to be fair, but it was quality. It was quality.
The angle
Got
that
that in his
ball
locker, though.
comes
We've
in,
seen it from him.
yeah, and that's the second time in the competition
Yeah,
he's
the
done that.
second one he scored.
But the angle that ball comes at, me personally, I don't think your footballing brain says bicycle kick. You think anything else but, like,
Bro,
honestly.
you've got previous though, man. And he must have scored about 15 of them in his career. Bicycle / overhead kicks. Swear. There's like a compilation online of his bicycle kicks. It's mad.
Safe.
When you got that kind of confidence, and like you said, it was literally one way. I mean, he scores early, 9 minutes, so his confidence is up. And then Diaz, who's been one of the players of the tournament, I think someone might have had him as one of the players to watch.
Yeah, mate.
I think he might even be joint top goal scorer, potentially, because he set a little record for himself, or even from Morocco. I think he's the first Moroccan to score in all 3 group games. I think he's the first, but if not, he's one of the first for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, when El Kabi scored that, I thought there'd be more, to be honest, but they put the cue on the rack, and we're like, okay, cool, we're done. Then it was a case of, okay, cool, when do we bring on, what's his name, Ashraf Hakimi? And he almost got a goal. Like, he was close, back post, straight, kind of into the middle. But yeah,
he was disappointed. He was disappointed with himself, innit? You can see that. He should have done better there, man. He plays number 9 for PSG anyway, doesn't he?
Sometimes.
Do you get what I'm saying, bro? It's bad.
Right wing.
Plays everywhere.
Heat maps are mad thing. Trust me.
It's good for him to have him back, because your boy playing left back, you got to call him Maserati, and him right back.
Yeah.
That's 2 good attacking fullbacks for them going forward. And obviously, we'll talk about who they play in the next round later on and who they potentially play further forward. But yeah, good performance from them. Can't lie.
Yeah, it was. We'll move on to the other. We won't need to talk much about it, but we'll talk about the other game in that group, which was Comoros versus Mali, and a 0-0 draw. Mali have really underwhelmed so far in this tournament. I mean, funnily enough, going into this final round, every team in that group could have gone through. Like, obvious, Zambia pulling off a shock win would have been, that would have really just caught everyone off guard. But the fact that Comoros and Mali had an opportunity to really solidify their place. Mali eventually creeped in with 3 draws so far in the tournament. What would you say is the biggest issue for them, considering their lack of clinical finishing?
They have control, but they just lack the quality in the attacking third. I think that's it, Bev, to be honest.
Yeah. I was about to say, I think Leon just hit the nail on the head with the intro, really. I think that's the issue is their attacking quality. I think
Bevan touched on it last. Go on, Bev.
No, go on.
I was going to say to you, I also think I'll just touch on what you said on the last pod when you said with Comoros, they just want to be hard to beat.
Mm-hmm.
And if Mali faces, is it Mali or Mali? I'm going to say Mali. Mali. All right. If they face a team like that later on in the competition, I think they will struggle because they don't have the quality to break something like that down. Like they don't have another way.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like a maverick just to go in there and just go boom bam, I'm gonna put it in the box like that, whatever. So that's why I feel like they might struggle a little bit.
All right, we'll come to that. We'll come back to that a bit later. But no, go on, James. Sorry.
I was gonna say they don't create enough chances either.
No.
They get shots off, but it's just not getting enough to get on target, let alone to finish it.
They had a sending off there as well, Lee.
Yeah,
So
I think it's frustration. Another one of those frustrating games for Mali. But yeah, they'll move on to the next round. So lucky for them, they still got opportunity to go further in a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to Group B, and Zimbabwe, unfortunately for them, suffered Bafana's late surge on comeback to secure South Africa's place in the next round. So a good win for them, 3-2 in the end.
Good game to watch, Lee.
Yeah, one of the most entertaining games in the tournament so far. Early goals, I think, but when both teams scored fairly early, I think South Africa got the first and Zimbabwe equalised after 19 minutes. And at that point, it was anyone's game. But what did you make of it in general?
Did you guys see the on goal? My days. What?
Yeah.
What a comedy of errors, bro.
Yes. If it wasn't on goal, it would have been a penalty as well. Because the goalkeeper cleaned out, even one player. I swear he cleaned out 2 players, bro. And then my man's on the floor doing like...
You're doing this. Like examples, spreading your
really. I'm doing on the floor, bro. Go TS it. I forgot what his facing. And it's right in the corner as well. It wasn't even middle of the goal. From bottom corner and everything, bro.
He slotted that.
Madness.
Honestly. Yeah, it was one of them games where I feel like if you've not watched AFCON and you watch that, you go, yeah, I'm here for that. I can watch this because it was entertaining. Other than the own goal, it was very entertaining. It's weird. I think we've been talking on and off about South Africa throughout, the few games that they've had so far, and we were waiting to see some character. Just come on, we know you guys. You come in with the energy. You're making loads of noise when you're coming into the stadium. We see all of that. And we see little glimpses of quality when they're playing. But this, for me personally, it just showed more character. It showed a little bit more quality on the pitch. They got Foster scoring again. Go on, Jay.
You're true. You're right. But you said it yourself. The goal that made it 3-2, how and why are you handballing it? The ball's going off, bro. It's not even on target. It's not even on target. It's going for a goal kick. And my guy puts his hand out to stop it. You said you would have fought people on the pitch right there.
Yeah, remember? I said, bruv, that's a fight. That's fighting talk. Because that was the difference between them staying in the tournament and not, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. That was
I can't remember. But that's rivalry. Like, local Zimbabwe with South Africa down there, that's bragging rights right there. And he threw away Apollos. Man.
Yeah, because look, they lost that game and they're on 1 point. If they drew that, because at that point, it would have still been a draw, right?
Yeah,
because the penalty was 82 minutes. So
82,
at that point, it was 2-2 at that point. And Angola are going through on 2 points. And they would have been, I think, matching them on goal difference potentially because they were -2 at the minute. So it'd have been -1. So I think the next thing
they're going to draw lots. There was talk they were going to draw lots if they had both been on the same points.
There you go. You know, there would have been fighting talk in the changing room. There would have been a scuff, probably not even off the pitch. Do you get what I mean? There's big AFCON. Zimbabwe probably haven't had an opportunity to get into the next round with some big names. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
we'll talk later about what other countries have done for less.
Yeah.
Indeed, we will. Indeed, we will. Well, the other game in that group, Angola, Egypt, was 0-0. And let's be honest, Egypt rested everybody that they needed to rest. Salah got a rest, Marmoush got a rest, and, you know, they knew they were through already. So they basically just sat down everyone.
Did you guys see the comedy from Salah? So you see how he reacted, and he got criticism for how he walked in to the stadium with his hands in his pockets and walking like this from Mercer and them guys. So when he was on the bench for this game. When he walked in with his teammates, he did the exact same thing. He walked in with his hands in his pockets.
Oh, I love that.
His head left, right, and then the other player started laughing with him, and he turned around and started laughing. I think
so
for
they knew
people
exactly what he was
who weren't
up to.
in England, they probably didn't clock it. But for those who were in England and saw what happened with Sky Sports, they would have been laughing their heads off as well, saying, "Look at this." That's how he took it.
Yeah,
he took it as a lot of nonsense, and his team
is a lot of nonsense.
It is a lot of nonsense.
Yeah, it might be hard for the editing team, but if we could get a still of him in the Liverpool shirt and him in the Morocco, the Egypt shirt doing the same thing, that would be banner.
That might be hard.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Fair. I thought I'd throw it out to the editing team, you know.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny. And obviously for both teams, South Africa and Egypt are both through. So they can move on. Egypt topped and South Africa second.
And Angola.
On to Group C. And our resident normal host, James, will be happy because his team have secured qualification with a maximum 9 points and 3 wins. So Uganda suffering Nigeria's might, 3-1. What was your take on the game, James?
Listen, I think you guys asked me what I want to see from Nigeria, and I got what I wanted to see. This is one of the first times in however long where I'm looking at the game, I'm seeing passing patterns. I'm seeing good football going forward. I'm seeing things that some of the older players that are good players, I'm not going to say they're not good players, but some of the more established players that play all the time haven't been producing, whether it's through fear or through comfortability. There was a freedom, and obviously they knew they were through, so it makes it a bit easier. But listen, you said it yourself, Paul and Atru. To be fair, he missed a sitter before, and he scored the harder of his 2 chances.
I'm about to say, that chance was
He scored
hard.
the harder of the 2 chances, but he scored. And it set us off in the first half. We should have been leading by more in the first half, being completely honest. My guy,
It's crazy.
always been offside.
All right. Oshiman.
He worked hard, and he was captain. I'll be honest, I was not impressed in terms of why he was on the pitch, because he was on a yellow card. And I was like, you can get a yellow card for anything these days. And why would you risk the knockout phases with your star striker and play him? Yes, it's an honour for him to be captain, but why would you play him? It didn't make sense to me. And he played him for so long as well. And I think he got asked in the press, and he's given an answer, well, I made a decision, I trusted him, and it worked. That was his response for playing him for so long and potentially losing him. But it worked out. Onyedika, DM scoring 2 goals. You don't really get that often, but there were 2 good finishes. And he played really well. I said he's one of the guys that I said before that I want to see playing. And yes, it was a game against Uganda, which we should have won. Like, we've only played them twice before, so we haven't played them that often in our history. And it's been over 10 years since we played them last. The red card helped us. Listen, it's silly. I don't know what the goalkeeper's doing. I think it's the first time I've ever seen 3 goalkeepers play in one match.
Brother, you need to explain it though. Because
so, goalkeeper number 1 gets injured. So goalkeeper number 2 comes on. And
wait. He gets injured in the 30th minute.
30th
almost,
minute.
In the first half. Stays on to play.
Yeah. And goalkeeper number 2 comes on, and for some reason loses his head, runs out the box, and Oshiman, being smart, he ducks under, lets the ball go over his head, and like, okay, cool, I'm gonna lob him. He's outside his box, he can't use his hand. If he does, then he's off the pitch. And lo and behold, the goalkeeper uses his hands outside and handballs it after being on the pitch for minutes.
10 minutes.
For minutes. And then they bring on a third goalkeeper. And it was just ridiculous. But we took advantage from that. The red card was 56 minutes. And then bang, bang, 62, 67, we score. The goalkeeper, before he's had a touch, he's picking the ball out of his net. Good performance from Nigeria. We flexed our muscle, and we showed that we're ready, finally, to actually do well in the group stages, and hopefully in the knockout stage. The guys that are rested will come back in, and hope maybe one of the two, like Onyedika might show that he possibly should start. I doubt it, but it's an option.
You never know. And you can see, you'd say that Eric Shell's finally been able to put a stamp on his team, because he's obviously coming this year, early last year, 2025. And he's had a good record. Obviously, failing to qualify for the World Cup was dreadful, but that wasn't entirely his fault, because the campaign started before he got there, and they were at a deficit. So you can see that there's some progression. And for the Nigerian fans, they will be hoping that they can continue the form they've shown so far. Hopefully, they haven't peaked too early. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully not.
All right.
But yeah, let's go Super Eagles.
Indeed. Well, moving on, Tunisia and Tanzania battled out for 1-1 draw. Tunisia going through as the second place team in that group. How did you see the game?
Tunisia lacked control later on, really. Obviously, penalty. The fact that they only scored a penalty was a bit of a shock. I expected them to batter Tanzania, to be honest. They are better than they showed. That's the best way to put it. But they qualified, so that's what they needed. But they're better than that, in my opinion.
Tunisia could have easily have been away in the first half, though, to be honest. It's just that I feel like they were a little bit underestimating Tanzania. They weren't really respecting them. That's why they let it go the way it was going. It's almost like, we've got control of this. We're already going to go through. So we're just going to muck about a bit. But then obviously when Tanzania equalised, I think that was a little bit of a shock. They're like, okay.
Yeah, it was quick after the goal as well.
do you get what I'm saying? So Tanzania kind of changed the gears, but outside of that, overall, the game was kind of boring, respectfully.
Yeah.
So like,
if
you're in a competition or a tournament, that's a serious, you need to take it seriously, because it's momentum you're trying to gather, first of all. And secondly, like, you want to make sure that everybody is ready for the next game. Yeah. So Tanzania could have caught a cold on that, but they didn't so much. Again, they dropped some points, but they're still through. So they're not gonna lose no sleep about it.
Well, that's the crazy thing about that, because Tanzania, that draw for Tanzania has ended up helping them qualify.
Yeah.
As the third place team. So for them, that draw was key. And the fact that they've managed to get through with 2 draws and no loss is it shows that anything can happen if you manage to pull off any kind of result. So for them, it's a good draw, and they're now through. So they'll be really happy with that, and Tunisia will need to step up their game. Yeah, I mean, we talked about their organisation, but cutting edge has definitely been an issue for Tunisia, not just now, but in the past as well. They haven't really had a go-to striker for a long time. So for them, they really do need to.
I think you're right on that, Leon. I feel where Tunisia will catch a cold just before we move on is where their defense lies. I feel like defensively, Tunisia are lacking that kind of organization, that structure. They always look like they're going to leak a goal. And in the tournament like this, where, it's easy for you to concede, you kind of want, if you're a better team, you want to make sure that at the back you've got some kind of security.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard it.
Well, moving on to Group D, we have Botswana versus DR Congo. DR Congo pulling out a 3-0 win, and a couple goals from a name that we remember from the past, a wonder kid, Gaya Kakuta, and with 2 goals. And it was a pretty impressive win for Congo. What did you guys make of the performance?
Really and truly, Congo just dispatched Botswana in that game, and they were just there to be beaten, and they got a hiding in it. And I think Congo are going to be a team that not many teams are going to want to play in the next round, really. You know what?
We'll leave that for a minute.
That wasn't even shade. That wasn't even shade. That wasn't shade. I promise that wasn't shade.
Bruv, they battered them. Listen, expected goals of 4.2. You don't see that, bruv. 28 total shots. Like, this was one-way football you've ever seen. So, Botswana, I always say this to you guys, I like to look at the shot maps. And when you look at the shot map, it's just literally everywhere.
Yep.
It's madness.
They're
But
just having a go.
listen, that you don't really see DR Congo come out that open, but they were allowed to. So 28 shots, only 6 on target, and 5 big chances. They missed 2, but you got beat who's in front of you, and they did handsomely.
I would say that the stats man for that particular match might need to get either a sacking or a hiding, because he tried to say that Calcutta's got 100 goals. No, that is not the case. I think he's barely done 92 performances.
I can't remember how many games it was.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll move on.
We'll move on to the other game in that group, Benin versus Senegal. And Senegal absolutely dispatching Benin.
The mighty squirrels.
3-0. And
Formerly,
The cheaters. They're the cheaters now.
Apparently. So. Apologies, guys.
They got treated like screws.
well, they did this game for sure. And even with Senegal going out to 10 men as well.
if that red card was, hey,
Oh,
what was he thinking?
I don't know. And again, a cup competition, James. I just don't understand.
As well.
Bruh.
That was
Ain't he the club captain?
His country captain.
Country captain, that's what I meant.
He
Yeah.
was going across the pitch. He wasn't even going towards goal. My man was going across the penalty box, outside of the penalty box, not even inside.
A rush of blood, bro.
that was an unnecessary red card. I
Clumsy.
don't know
But
what
the thing
was
is,
he thinking
at
about?
Chelsea, he showed he was clumsy at times. And I think that was just him being clumsy again. Because that's the only thing I can put it down to. Him forgetting he's a size 52. And stamping on someone's foot, bro.
Yeah. It didn't matter for Benin in the end, though, because obviously they still got through. So
Yeah, they did.
for them,
Yeah.
they done the hard work when it mattered. And I think we spoke about it on the previous pod. You just need to win. If you get 3 points on the board as an underdog,
Mm-hmm.
you are shooing to get through to the next round, and you can worry about that later on.
Yeah, I hear that.
I think other teams are going to be looking at Senegal and be worried though.
Very much so.
How they can turn things around.
Yeah,
I'm
enjoy
happy
it.
we can't reach them to the final.
I thought we'll get onto that later, James, right?
We will indeed. We will indeed. And now we'll move on to Group E. Equatorial Guinea versus Algeria. And Algeria pulling up a 3-1 win. An expected one, but a good result for them again. Looking good going into the next round. What was your thoughts on the game?
And Suez goal was a banger. He had no right. He had no right to score.
He shouldn't even be shooting from there. But the fact that it went in off the post as well. It's amazing.
He tried it in the previous game, and it carried on curling away. But when he hit it, the joke was I wasn't even looking at the screen. So I saw him running the ball, and then my head was down, and all I heard was, "Oh my god!" So I was like, "Oh, did he really shoot from where I saw him last on the screen?" And then I saw the replay. I was like, "He really did." I was like, "That is mad! What a goal! What a goal!" You can see that he learned that at Liverpool. He came through the Liverpool youngster. You know,
Of course,
He
you want to hear
waited
that.
36. He waited till he was 36 to deliver it at the highway.
you know, you got to do it at some point. But no, what a goal! But it was a highlight for them. And obviously, pretty much one-sided. The first half was completely one-sided. Like Algeria battered them in the first half, and the game was done after 32 minutes. And second half, I give Equatorial Guinea some credit. They came out and they were like, "Okay, cool. We're not going to lose 5-0 here today or 6-0. We're gonna actually come out fighting." And they did. Algeria put the cue in the rack a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can still do that and still batter someone. So Equatorial Guinea still had to put up a fight, and they did.
Yeah. I feel like Algeria were just playing with them, bro. They were just playing.
That's what I was going to say. They took the foot off the gas. The game was over after the 32 minutes, innit? Like, put the pad down. When Equatorial Guinea did score the goal, I was thinking, maybe I'm wrong here, but I think that there was this spirited, but
3-0 in 30 minutes, and it could have been way more, Bev.
I know.
Bev messaged in the group. Bev was like, "Yo, pass the pad. Pass the pad. You man are done." So, unfortunately, they're out. So, on to the next round.
Burkina Faso winning 2-0 over Sudan. Again, both teams permutations for them going through. Both teams ended up going through from that group. But Burkina Faso looking pretty good.
Pretty good. Some people said,
yeah,
definitely.
They play some good. They play some good football, and I feel like they have an identity. It's weird. Like when they play in, they have a way of playing. Everyone has like a role. They understand the kind of way that each other can play, wants to play. So I don't think they're going to struggle too much against any of the big teams, because I feel like, you know what, they'll just stand to reason. But they conceded 2 goals, if I'm not mistaken, and that's not a lot. All right, they weren't in the hardest group.
The next game,
they weren't. They ain't got the hardest group now, but the next game might, be their true test, I guess.
It's mad. Sudan scored 1 goal, won 1 game, and got through. It's the way it is sometimes.
Tournament.
It's the way it is sometimes.
But that's the same with Benin, James, as well.
Yeah, true.
So that's how it is, man. Once you get that third place possibility of qualifying, changes everything. And it makes for the games to be a lot more entertaining anyway, because, you're giving more teams the opportunity to qualify. If you win your first 2 games, a lot of the time that third game's a dead rubber. But we've had, as I said, most of these games had permutations for someone being able to go through.
Senegal are happy playing Sudan next. I'll tell you that much.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a gimme, man. That's a buy.
Yeah. And then into the last group, Gabon 2, Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast 3. Another game.
We're all shaking our head. Even
another
you when you're
game,
reading it.
2-0 up.
There's 2 reasons I'm shaking my head, but we'll talk about that first.
Yeah, we'll talk about the next part after that. But honestly, Gabon will be really disappointed not to get anything from any of the games, because they've been in them. I think I said it to you guys in the group, they've been the best of the worst teams in terms of performance-wise. They've gone out the competition with nothing to show for it, not even a point. But they've played well enough to win or to get points. But defensively, they've just been atrocious, really. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I watched that game and I think I screamed twice because I was thinking, I thought Ivory Coast was dead and buried. When they scored the equalizer, I was like, no way.
Yeah.
And then they got the winner, and then even after the winner, they had another goal disallowed.
Yeah,
offside, which was Gabon defensively
just capitulated, man.
Fell apart
big time.
Just completely fell apart.
I think everybody was gone.
No, I was going to say, following that, I don't know what I read, but I saw something about the whole team getting suspended. So what? They suspended the national team, or are they not allowed to go back home? What's the deal here?
Government suspended the national team.
You can't get the bus.
Sacked all the coaches, and then they've basically suspended Aubameyang from the squad and the captain.
So the whole national team hasn't been suspended.
Kulemanga. Yeah, the whole team.
The team and the coaching staff.
Yeah,
yes,
coaches have been sacked.
Because that the FIFA's got they're being sacked. Yeah. Okay, because you know that the FIFA's got some rule about governments interfering with national teams.
Yeah. And it actually says it on the piece that this is irregular. They've not seen this, in recent times. But the funny thing was, it was done on national telly, bro.
That's mad.
Not like on a passing piece. He stood up. Don't come home. Don't come home. Yeah. Walk. So
listen, I know we're laughing, but it's so really unnecessary. Now. It's so unnecessary. What they're doing just brings shame, and it doesn't bring shame to the players. It brings shame to the people doing it.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that nonsense for?
They haven't disgraced themselves with their performances. To me, they as I said, they actually played well, but defensively very naive, I would say, and a lot of ill discipline. But honestly, every one of their games was interesting to watch. Let's be honest, they played well, but you got to be able to defend better. And if you go 2-0 up, you've got to be able to hold a lead, man, or at least come out of there with a point. And
especially against their second choice team as well.
Yeah,
it wasn't even the first choice.
Ivory Coast,
It was a fully rotated Ivory Coast team.
But the thing about Ivory Coast, again, guys, I know it was Gabon there, mate, scoring 3 goals. Mm-hmm. And again, they're spreading the goals as well. You don't need a team like that have got the depth to kick into gear and get the spirit going into the knockout stages, because they could also be a dangerous team to come up against. So good luck to whoever's got them next. I think Leon's going to go into that in a bit. Cameroon
securing the win over Mozambique. But again, both teams going through because of Mozambique's win over Gabon, which was key in the end, not only for them, but also for Gabon's whole team getting suspended. But Cameroon winning 2-1. Good victory for them. And they'll go through. Obviously, they were worries about Baliba being injured for the rest of the tournament, but
He played all 3 games.
he's played all 3 games. I think
so, literally.
Did he get subbed at half time in this game though? I'm sure he
might
did.
have got dragged in this game.
I think he did.
But yeah,
he started, but he got subbed. But he doesn't look. I actually think they're running a risk of injuring him further. I think they need to take time because he hasn't been himself this whole season. And
he hasn't.
No. He came on for half time, innit? But I think, to be honest, I don't know if it's just me, but Cameroon don't look like a squad. If I'm honest, they look
disjointed, in it though. It's a lot of changes.
They look. No. But all right, in this game, agreed.
Because, I mean, in general, the squad, remember?
Okay, fair enough. Oh yeah, obviously with the losing their captain before the beginning of the tournament and stuff like that. Was it this team that you said that?
No, this is the team. Yeah, where they had they had like a massive squad, and it was like he's taking squad A, squad B.
All right.
And there was one coach who thought he had the decision, but Etienne vetoed it, brought in a new coach, and made sure that certain men weren't in the squad.
So that could be why there's lack of cohesion then.
Probably. Yeah.
Because when I look at them play, honestly, I'm not excited.
They play like Man United, playing in wingback. If Burma playing wingback, bro.
You know what? I don't know why Lamont and
he's right home, bro.
They are.
He's right.
It's mad.
You're lucky we run a family show here. Yeah. Because I had a few things I wanted to say to you, but I'm not gonna lie. But it's true. Even in Bumo, he look, to be fair, in Bumo in this team, he looks out of place. Because he's trying stuff, no one's on his page. The balls they're trying to give to him is like, bro, I'm right here. I'm not 10 yards over there. It's not, they just don't look like a squad. Again, like I said earlier. So, I don't know, man. They need to make it right for the next round. I appreciate they went 1-0 down and then they came back a 1-2-1.
What a goal, though.
Yeah.
That he plays for Sporting, Katamo.
Yeah.
I hope I say it. I haven't heard him say his name properly. Katamo. And he's left foot, right foot kind of play as well. I didn't actually realize say integral, but how much of a player was Sporting. He plays a lot of games. And when Amrim was there as well, he used them a lot. Like 25, 30 games a season. Kind of
It was a word that when Amrim came, he was one of the players that he was looking at taking him, like bringing him over.
I'm not surprised, bro. His footballing ability is there for all to see. And that goal was sublime. And it was his weaker foot. Apparently he takes free kicks with his left foot and his right foot. So, boy, listen, that's someone we'll speak about later. But that's someone who Nigeria have to look out for. Because I don't want that happening to us, boy.
I mean, Mozambique's skipper, is it their skipper? He didn't score a bad goal, in fairness.
That was him.
That's him, Tomo.
No, he's not a skipper. But he won the previous game.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, then obviously own goal. And then Kofane, who plays for Leverkusen, his goal was nice as well. Like dropped the shoulder, bent it top corner, and he's only young as well. I think he's like 20. Got a couple of goals got a goal in Champions League and a couple of goals in the German league. But yeah, Cameroon, we'll see whether they can actually step up. But as you said, they don't look quite right.
No. Well, that is the roundup of the group stage. So we will talk about the last 16 ties and we'll run through them. So James, if you just show the tree and I'll run through the fixtures for the viewers.
Sure thing.
So I'll start with the teams on the left and then I'll move on to the right side of the draw. So we've got Mali versus Tunisia as the first tie. We've got Senegal versus Sudan, Egypt versus Benin, Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast versus Burkina Faso, Algeria versus DR Congo, Nigeria versus Mozambique, South Africa versus Cameroon, and Morocco versus Tanzania. So guys, some interesting, very, very interesting ties there. We'll go through the I would say the more tricky ties than some of the more obvious ones. And we'll start off with Mali and Tunisia. We've said both teams have been a little bit iffy, I would say inconsistent. Who do you think will go through from that tie?
I think that Tunisia go through in this tie, but I think they win this game on penalties.
Yeah. Mali haven't played well enough. I think Tunisia will go through.
Yeah, this should be done in 90 minutes, bro.
Okay. All right. Senegal and Sudan. I don't think there's much. I don't think I need to ask you the question, really. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure we will believe Senegal's going through on that one. Egypt, Benin. Most of us
Egypt.
playing Egypt on that one.
Egypt.
Yeah.
They've rested everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going
And
to
then-
smoke them, mate.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, I think they're going to just light them up.
Yeah. We got Cote d'Ivoire versus Burkina Faso. We know Ivory Coast are strong, but Burkina Faso are I would say an underdog.
Yeah,
I
they're
think they might
very
cause them
organised.
problems.
I reckon it could be an upset here.
Because you're going.
I think this.
No, I think it might be an upset. I think Burkina Faso
Is
might.
it?
Yeah, I think this could be an upset.
Interesting.
I think Ivory Coast. I think Ivory Coast would do it.
Okay.
No, this one could go penalties, you know. I think Bevan,
Yeah,
I'm
I wouldn't
with
be
Bevan on
surprised
that one.
either, to be honest with you, if that one did
And
go
this
to
one
extra
got-
time at least.
Yeah.
A very good tie. Algeria versus DR Congo on the right side of the draw. Who's your money on there? I fancy DR Congo, you know. I don't know what it is about this team, but they've been in good form.
They have been in good form. This is
That's a good one to call.
I'm
I'm going to go. Yeah, man. Just because I wasn't convinced with Algeria's last performance, I've got to go with Congo. But
Their last
again, this one could go. What do you mean?
The last one.
They won 3-1. It was easy. It was like
Who?
what?
Algeria.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat.
Oh, sorry.
Algeria have been good this tournament, man.
Akatura Guinea.
Oh,
That was the first goal
oh,
they
sorry.
conceded
My
in a
bad.
while as well.
My bad. I'm thinking about another team. But anyway, I think this one might go to extra time as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that one went to penalties, if I'm being honest.
Nah, for me, Algeria's defense, like I said, that was the first goal they conceded in a few games. I think there was a debate that they might be the best team in Africa on form as it is. So listen, I think Algeria will nick it. I say no, never nick it. Probably like a 3-1 or a 2-0. 2-0 probably 2-0.
Well, that's likely who you play if Nigeria beat Mozambique. Anyone think Mozambique will cause an upset over Nigeria?
Man said if.
No,
I
I don't think so.
You say if, bro.
No.
I think Nigeria got this one.
Yeah, I think they got it in the bag. I
All
reckon. What's it? Osherman. I reckon Osherman draws a blank again, though.
It doesn't matter as long as other people step
Yeah,
up.
just win. At this point, I don't care who scores. Just win. Just win.
Straight.
Get to that final.
All right, moving on. South Africa versus Cameroon. This one's another tight one.
Yeah.
My money's on South Africa. I don't know why, but I just feel like they've been they've had a good run over the last year. I would say my money's on them.
This will be an exciting game, you know. I feel like this game will be end to end.
There's goals in it, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's definitely goals in this game.
There's goals in this,
Yeah.
but
I
I
can't
think
call it. I can't call it.
I'm edging towards South Africa slightly more than Cameroon.
As you've all said, South Africa, I'll go for Cameroon.
I was literally going to say, I'm going for Cameroon because of Mbuma.
Of course.
Of
Loyal
course.
to the core.
Surprise.
Loyal to the
Slightly, if
core.
they lose, he comes home early, so it's one of them, innit?
That's what you want, right?
True, still.
Yeah.
All right. And the last tie, which I don't think anyone is expecting any surprises, Morocco, the host nation, playing Tanzania.
Yeah.
So I think we
Most
will.
the pad settings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, James, for sharing the tree with us. So yeah, that is the end of the group stage round of AFCON. So that brings us to the end of this show. So yeah, we look forward to some exciting knockout matches, maybe a few penalty shootouts to come. But guys, just wanted to say thanks again for joining us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will be back on Tuesday to round up all of those knockout ties. So please stay tuned for that. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment who you think is going to go through. And yeah, just make sure you're here. But guys,
some comments in Nigeria there, please. Come on.
Yeah.
well, we will
There's
see.
always an agenda.
In it, definitely.
The agenda.
Get it.
But no, gentlemen, thanks again for joining and for your insight. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Take it easy.
Peace.